this is another session of us going to work on the Saturn view. Here's Ron with his coffee, doing a good job handling that coffee. And what we're going to do today is going to remove the front wheels, and then we're going to remove the air cleaner, and we're going to remove the battery box. So I'm not sure what we're getting in here besides bug spray.
Bug season, mosquito season.
On this GoPro, I guess we should have erased what was already on there, huh?
I bet you did.
I thought I did too, but then when it was started recording, it said it had a minute on it. That's okay, we can't edit it out. One of the things that I'm trying to do is see what the best view is for me, so I can look my best on cam. Just like Ron Handsome. Hello Ron Handsome. Hello, Don Handsome. The Handsome brothers. Anyways, back to other things. Talking about our Saturn. So we're going to remove these wheels, and then we're going to go up underneath the hood and start looking at things take apart. Okay, be right with you. Just a side note, we're here in Alaska, and I don't know whether or not you can see, but even though it's summertime, luckily car's not running because it still have the snow tires on it. And there's a nice big nail in there just to make our day. Just a side note. Okay, you're on. You're live. Follow me. So one of the first steps we're going to do is take off this air cleaner. So, if you look inside here, we have a clamp here we have to unloosen. Can you see that in there? Mm-hmm. And then that'll pop up. Over here, on the other side, 2 clips. A clip here, and hopefully, and then we have some type of sensor here that we have to disconnect, and then we have a hose here. What is all this? Who knows? But we just want to document what we're taking off so we can put it back. So let me get this off, and we'll start from there. Okay, now an important thing on this air cleaner, you have this clip to some type of sensor in there, so you want to be real careful because you don't want to break it off. What you want to do is depress right here on this side of here, and you can wiggle it off and just gently pull it off. So you can see right here, this clip goes right over top of that. So be careful when you do that. Now to remove this portion of the air cleaner, we have 2 clips here. You got a clip in the front, and what you do is put a little pressure on it and flip it forward. And there's another clip here in the back. You get a shot of that one there. Mm-hmm. And you press forward. Now this thing's gonna come up. Now there's like a hinge back here, and it's not really a hinge, it's just a place that it sets in, but it sits in there nice. So you just have to pull up on it. And there we go. And the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove this hose. So we want this hose to stay with this, so I'm going to get a pair of pliers, and we're going to disconnect it by the engine. Okay, be right back. Okay, now what we want to do next is, just like we talked about, is getting this hose off and leaving it with this. And this type of clamp, what you want to do is you want to grab it here and squeeze it together, get out the pressure, and get that hose off. And you want to move this back there, and then we should be able to just take this thing and been on there for a while, so it may take more of a tug. Let me get a screwdriver. Okay, so once you got that clamp back, you just want to give it a little tug. And if it's a little tight, you can take a screwdriver, put it underneath here, being careful not to rip it, and give it a nice tug. And there we go. And so based on that, we should be able to take this whole unit off. And of course, our air filter. We can inspect that air filter. Probably need to replace it. Not yet. And the reason we're doing this is we're going to support the engine with an engine hoist at a different step. We need to clear this area so that we could get to that hoist point. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the battery and the battery case. Give it to me, Ron. It's moving now. My cameraman is supposed to be narrating. So anyways, what we want to do is put some labels on items that we don't want to lose track of. So in this case here we have the air cleaner sensor, which is this wire here. We're just going to wrap this on here, get it nice and tight. And so when we come back to it, we'll say, what's that wire for? We'll say, oh, air cleaner sensor. That's it. I'll get back to you once I get it on. Okay, we talked about putting a label on it, so here's our label, air cleaner sensor. And remember, that was the part that went into the air cleaner. This is the sensor, I guess, tells you when to change your filter. So, another step to help you remember what that you're doing. See you in a minute. Onto the battery. Do the narration. The mechanic does the narration. The mechanic does the narration. So now we're going to take out the battery, and in this particular style battery we got side terminals. So I'm not really sure what terminal to take it off first, but my brother has advised me to take off the negative side first, and that's what we're going to do. So if we get killed here because of this, you'll know to have them talk to my brother. So we'll take off this one first, and we'll get back to you. Hello, we're back. So disconnecting the battery, took off the negative and then the positive terminals. These are side mounted, so we have take that off with a 7/16. And if you want to get a closer view here, on the bottom of the battery box we have a mounting screw that is holding on a plate to secure the battery in place. So I'm going to have to get a ratchet and a socket and get this off. Be right back with you. Again, we showed you where the position of the bolt was to hold in the battery. So that was a 1/2 inch. And of course, what we decided that we would do is just use a long extension and get this out. And once you got it loose, just pull it out, and now I'll show you what the clip looks like. See you in a minute. Okay, here's the clip that is holding in the battery. So, battery's loose now. We'll just keep all this stuff together so we don't lose it. And next step is to take out the battery box. See you in a minute.